When the world sleeps, the mysteries awaken. England is a land filled with mysteries, some known, some whispered, and some that send chills down the spine of even the bravest souls. Tonight, we take you on a journey through three of the country's most baffling unsolved cases. Shadowy form that roams the misty moors, a body found inside a hollow tree with a message that still haunts the minds of investigators, and an ordinary family terrorized by an unseen force. Welcome to another episode of Nightly Stories After Dark. Are you ready to dive into the unknown? In the remote corners of England's countryside, a creature is said to stalk the misty moors. A predator so elusive, so powerful, that it has captured the imagination and fear of those who dare to venture into its territory. This is the legend of the Beast of Bodmin Moor. Since the early 1980s, reports have poured in from Bodmin Moor, a vast, untamed landscape in Cornwall. Locals claim to have seen a large, black panther-like creature prowling through the heather, its yellow eyes glowing in the dark. It moves with a deadly grace, leaving no trace behind, except for the mutilated remains of livestock. Over the years, over 60 sightings have been reported. Farmers awake to find their sheep savagely slaughtered, clawed and bitten in a way no dog or fox could manage. The elusive beast leaves its mark, but never its shadow. These are the words from one of the farmers. "It was late, just after dusk. I saw something moving in the fields, big and black, low to the ground. Not a dog, not a deer, something else. It looked straight at me, eyes like fire, then it was gone, like a ghost." But what is the Beast of Bodmin Moor? Could it be a big cat, perhaps an escaped panther or puma, living in the wild? Or is it something more myth than reality? In 1995, a government investigation was launched to uncover the truth. Their conclusion? No verifiable evidence of a big cat was found on Bodmin Moor. Yet the sightings did not stop. For many, the absence of evidence was not evidence of absence. Soon, grainy photos and shaky videos emerged, purporting to show the beast lurking in the shadows. Some were dismissed as hoaxes, but others were not so easily explained. Could it be a remnant of Britain's prehistoric past? A wild cat that survived against all odds? Or perhaps an exotic pet, released when laws around owning such creatures tightened in the 1970s? And if so, why has it never been caught? Whether fact or fiction, the Beast of Bodmin Moor has become part of local folklore, a story passed down from generation to generation. For some, it's a symbol of the wild, untamed spirit of Cornwall. For others, it's a chilling reminder that we may not be alone in the dark. So, what do you believe? Is there truly a predator roaming Bodmin Moor, hidden from our eyes but ever present in our fears? Or is it all just a tale, a modern myth shaped by shadows and imagination? In the heart of England, tucked away in the shadowy woods of Hagley, lies a dark secret that has haunted this country for over 80 years. A skeleton found stuffed inside a hollow tree, a victim who remains nameless, and a chilling question scrawled across walls that still echoes to this day: who put Bella in the wych elm? It was April 18th, 1943, in the midst of World War II, when 4 young boys ventured into Hagley Wood looking for birds' nests. But what they found instead was far more disturbing. Inside the hollow trunk of a twisted wych elm tree, the boys discovered a human skull staring back at them. Panicked and frightened, they fled the woods, but the secret they stumbled upon was too dark to keep. They reported the find to the local police, and what they uncovered was the stuff of nightmares. The skeleton was that of a woman. Her hand was found some distance from the body, suggesting she may have been buried alive. The gruesome details didn't end there. The skull had teeth, some still intact, but there were no signs of struggle or violence. How did she end up in the tree, and more importantly, who was she? With no identification, the victim was a mystery. The police launched an investigation, but they had little to go on. Was she a missing person, a wartime spy, a victim of occult rituals? Whispers began to circulate around Hagley, drawing people into a web of conspiracy and fear. Theories ran wild. Some believed she was a spy, part of a Nazi espionage plot, killed for knowing too much. Others were convinced it was a ritualistic murder, a dark, occult practice involving witches who used the tree for their twisted rites. But without any concrete evidence, all these theories remained just that, theories. Then, in 1944, something strange happened. Mysterious graffiti began to appear on the walls of the West Midlands, written in white chalk, asking the same question over and over: who put Bella in the Wych Elm? Who was writing these messages? Was it a taunt from the killer? A clue from someone who knew the truth? Or simply a cruel joke? No one knew, and the trail ran cold. To this day, we still don't know who Bella was. Her skeleton sits in an evidence box, her case unsolved, her story untold. The woods of Hagley remain silent, but the question still haunts those who dare to ask. Could it be that someone, somewhere, still holds the secret to Bella's identity? Are they still out there, carrying a dark truth that the world has never heard? Or is Bella destined to remain a ghost, her name lost forever among the whispers of the Wych Elm? If you're enjoying this episode so far, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell. Now back to our final story. In the quiet London suburb of Enfield, an unassuming house became the epicenter of England's most terrifying and controversial haunting. What began as innocent bumps in the night soon escalated into something far more sinister, a force so dark and powerful that it would go on to captivate and terrify the world. This is the story of the Enfield Poltergeist. It was August 30th, 1977, when Peggy Hodgson, a single mother of 4, heard strange noises coming from her daughter's bedroom. What she found would mark the beginning of 18 months of pure horror. Furniture moved on its own. Knocks echoed through the walls, and a strange, deep voice began to speak, through 11-year-old Janet. Was it the imagination of a young girl, or something far more malevolent? When the voice began to call itself Bill and spoke of death, the family was desperate for help. Enter Maurice Gross and Guy Lyon Playfair, investigators from the Society for Psychical Research, who quickly realized that this was no ordinary case. As word spread, the Enfield Poltergeist became a media sensation. Reporters, skeptics, and paranormal enthusiasts flooded the small home, each seeking proof of the supernatural, or to debunk what they believed was an elaborate hoax. But what they found only deepened the mystery. Photographs showed Janet being thrown across the room by unseen hands. Eyewitnesses, including police officers, reported seeing furniture fly, hearing unexplained voices, and experiencing sudden drops in temperature. Yet despite all the evidence, the question remained: was it real? Some believe the Hodgson children were seeking attention, caught up in the thrill of fame. But others argue that the sheer volume of witnesses, over 30 people, who experienced unexplainable phenomena, cannot be dismissed. After 18 months of terror, the activity seemed to subside as mysteriously as it had begun. But the legacy of the Enfield Poltergeist lives on. Was it a desperate cry for help, a psychological phenomenon? Or did the Hodgsons truly come face to face with something from beyond our understanding? To this day, the Enfield case remains one of the most well-documented and divisive hauntings in history. The chilling recordings, the photographic evidence, the accounts of those who lived through it, all leave us with a question that defies explanation. Was it real, or was it a hoax? The truth lies somewhere between the shadows and the light. What do you believe? If these mysteries have left you with more questions than answers, you're not alone. Share your theories in the comments below. And if you liked this episode, check out our other videos on unsolved mysteries, dark history, and the unexplained. Thank you for watching.